Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chaotic Entertainment. I'm your host, Daniel Clark, and if I sound a little funny, it's because I'm still deathly ill. Today I'll be giving an early impressions kind of review for Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, a game developed by 505 Games and created by none other than Koji Igarashi, one of the original producers of the original Castlevania series. The game is a Metroidvania-style game, whatever that even means anymore. Seriously, Metroidvania has become the new roguelike. Soon you're gonna start seeing Fortnite call itself Metroidvania because you can jump on platforms and aim up and down. Its primary focus is hack-and-slash combat with platforming, power-ups, leveling, and all sorts of fun little RPG elements. For those looking for the short version of this video, a TLDW if you will, is the game any good? Well, my brief answer is a very harsh, real, blunt, straight to the point. Oh my god, yes, buy this game right now, you waste of life, you mouth-breathing fucksticks. Why isn't this already in your Steam library? Because I play on console? No one likes you! Seriously though, ladies and gentlemen, this game is great. This game is amazing. The gameplay, the graphics, the soundtrack, it all looks and it all feels great. For the most part. Every game has its flaws, and don't worry, I'll be getting to those, but for now, let's just dive right in and look at this game top to bottom. In Bloodstained, we play as Miriam, the waifu that many of us didn't realize we needed in our lives. Not only does she have an impressive pair of legs and an even more impressive pair of corset fillers, Miriam has a rather impressive arsenal at her disposal. There are several weapon types in this game, all with their own benefits and drawbacks. Swords, daggers, polearms, axes, firearms, you name it. There are several of each with their own stats, perks, and even special power attacks you can discover throughout the game. Or find by looking them up online, you cheating bastard. On top of already giving you a wide variety of weapons to cut your way through the game with, you can collect these demonic shards that enemies drop at random. These shards give you a power or an ability that you can swap out randomly. Some summon allies, some give you ranged attacks, some will give you some brutal melee strikes, some will let you drop angry litter on the ground. Oh, that's helpful. The awesome thing about these shards is upgrading them isn't some semi-meaningless stat boost. Upgrading them has a variety of different effects like increased range or damage or even how fast it goes off or how fast it swings or launches. The amount of options you have in this game really lets you build Miriam here in the way that plays just right for you. Speaking of making Miriam just right for you, you can customize your little murder machine out the ass as well. Different costume colors, patterns, different hairstyles, different hair colors, eye colors, skin colors, and to make it even more intense, you can find hidden haircuts throughout the game to trick out your waifu, like the world's most customizable murder babe. Speaking of murder, let's get to the actual gameplay. The combat in this game is tight, extremely tight. Blindly flailing around and mashing the attack button is going to get you killed. Some enemies in this game hit like absolute trucks, and you don't regenerate health, you have to use precious health potions for that. So, like any good old-school Castlevania game, you have to use attacks that actually specifically go in the direction of your enemy if you want to hit them. Enemy on the ground, get on them knees and start swinging. Enemy that's hovering just above you, that sword of yours only swings straight out in front of you, so get your ass hopping. Or you can just whip out an axe and take a little bit off the top. Another thing about this game is you will be punished for failure. Potions can be bought or crafted extremely easily in this game, and save areas restore you to full health. If you don't have enough health, or you feel you might be dying too often, it's more than likely your fault. This is a lesson this game will teach you very fast when you realize that if you die, you go all the way back to your last save point. There are no autosaves in this game. One thing that makes adventuring a little less stressful, however, are the fast travel points you have via these green marked rooms on your map. These will let you get around the castle quickly and efficiently, meaning you're not being punished too harshly for having to run back and forth to your safe haven to get supplies or upgrade your gear. By the way, you know what makes being an absolute babe slicing and dicing your way through the minions of the underworld while consuming their soul essence even more enjoyable? Having a fan-fucking-tastic soundtrack pumping you up while you do it. Seriously, I cannot give the team enough credit for the music in this game. Every song seems to fit right into place and find a way to make a 2D side-scroller almost atmospheric. That's not an easy accomplishment. Between elaborate symphonies to opera singers to heavy drums and guitars during boss fights, every song feels like it's exactly where it belongs. I enjoyed this game's music so much that I went and shelled out the $9.99 for the soundtrack, and I fully intend to use it in my library of video music in the future. And while the soundtrack is great, what ties all of that feel and atmosphere together are the graphics and the art style of the game. The color choices, the particle effects, the details, they all flow together to give this game the look and feel it deserves. Another neat part of this game are the fun little side quests you can do. You have a farmer who can plant seeds and give you ingredients that let you create permanently stat-boosting meals. You have an old lady who wants snacks, because let's be honest, rice balls are more affordable than that dementia medication she's not taking anyways. You have hunting quests where you need to go out and murder demons to help a woman get revenge on her deceased friends and family. Oh, lost husband, you say? That's weird. When he died, did he take his wedding ring with him, you lying bint? Adding to your little team of fun people to talk to are an alchemist and an exorcist, whose sole purpose is selling you things and giving you random hints.
My, you're giving me a lot of attention on this visit.
And direction. Oh, and who could forget the lovely, lustrous Zangetsu?
Stop right there. I knew what you are. That ghastly air about you. You reek of sorcery, Shardbinder.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's him. That's David Solid Snake motherfucking Hater. He's not even pretending that's not the voice he's doing. He doesn't care, and neither do I. It's wonderful and perfect, and everyone loves it.
I am your executioner.
So, I've given this game an overwhelming amount of support and praise, so what about those flaws I mentioned earlier? Well, the beginning is slow. Very slow. You'll become aware very rapidly of just how slowly you move in this game. Later on in the game, it's a little better, but the early stages of the game feel a little empty and just not that particularly interesting. Another issue is some enemies just don't feel entirely fair, or they just feel out of place in terms of challenge rating for the room they're in. The sword demon here hits so hard that I was actually shocked when he hit me, especially since all the other demons in the room do about half as much damage as he does. If you go down the waterway earlier than you're supposed to, this fish here can kill you in 1 or 2 hits. If you're already low on health, you'll die all that much faster. I know exploration and discovery are some of the major points of this game, but some sort of warning would have been nice to have here. The animation for when you collect shards is attention-grabbing at first, but it gets very dull very quickly. I can only listen to Miriam scream as something big and hard is driven into her so many times before I start getting a headache. Luckily, she only does it once for every unique shard you get. You do have the option to turn this off, but I feel like this is something that should have been put in by default to begin with. The woman who gives you quests in the game repeats the exact same line of dialogue over and over when you accept quests from her, which is a shame because the game otherwise has such great voice acting and dialogue. But all in all, with all of those blemishes considered, would I recommend this game? Absolutely. I can't recommend it enough. Seriously, if you enjoy these sorts of games, you're going to have a great time. So far, this game is shaping up to be my favorite title of the summer. It's fun, it's exciting, it's enjoyable, and when you consider the fact that the creator heard that fans were unhappy with the graphics of the earlier builds, his reaction was to make this magical little video and give the game an aesthetic overhaul. I have to say, this is a game that you should all absolutely consider. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Chaotic Entertainment. Once again, I am your host, Daniel Clark. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like down below and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to write down below in the comments as well any game you think I should take a look at. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video.